Hi friend, Carl Anthony here in Detroit for AutoVision News Radio. Did you know that pencils have been yellow since the late 1800s? This, according to Reader's Digest, is because yellow is the color of royalty in China. Pencil producers in the West at the time wanted everybody to know their product contained the best graphite in the world, which was produced in China. So if you were a pencil producer, that's why you painted your stuff in yellow. School buses in the United States are painted a particular shade of yellow called National School Bus Glossy Yellow, which has a fascinating history of how that came to fruition. I will leave a link to the story in the show notes. But that is our topic this time around on AutoVision News Radio, school safety, and in particular, a school safety checklist from the National Safety Council. I will have a link to the checklist in the show notes, but join me now for a few moments as we run through it together. This is all good stuff if you have kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, or any other young people in your life. First, if you are walking with a youngster and there's no sidewalk, walk carefully but do so while facing traffic. When crossing the street, have young ones stop and look left, then right, then left again to see if cars are coming. Always cross the road at a crosswalk or intersection and make eye contact with drivers who are in close proximity. When walking, we can be distracted just like driving. Encourage young ones to keep their phone in their pocket or book bag, and with book bags, the National Safety Council recommends using both straps so the weight is evenly distributed. Now, when I was a kid, I loved riding my Schwinn Frontier bike to school. It was a jet black 12-speed. I still have pictures of it somewhere. Growing up in rural Iowa in the early 1990s, our teachers and local police officers in town recommended that we A, always wear a helmet, and B, that we walk our bikes across the street instead of riding them. Today, the National Safety Council encourages us that we should teach children to do the very same thing if they are riding their bikes to school. When riding the bus, teach children to stand 6 feet or 3 giant steps away from the curb. If your child must cross in front of the bus, teach them to walk on the side of the road until they are about 10 feet ahead of the bus. As they turn and look back, your child and the bus driver should always be able to see each other. When driving, never pass a bus that is loading or unloading children. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, every U.S. state prohibits the passing of a school bus when its stop arm is extended and when its flashing lights are activated. States also prohibit passing a stopped school bus from the front in certain situations, for example, on an undivided roadway. The National Safety Council says the area 10 feet around a school bus is often the most dangerous for children, so drivers should stop far enough away to allow ample space for kids to enter and exit the bus safely. Likewise, the National Safety Council advises all of us to reduce our speed within a school zone. Follow the school's drop-off procedures and, when necessary, await instructions from a crossing guard or other school official. Always make eye contact with children who are near your vehicle. Give them a wave to let them know it's safe to pass in front of you. And finally, set a good example as an adult driver if you have a teenager. For better or worse, we grow up and become our parents. If there's one positive trait our children can inherit from us, let it be that of driving defensively. For these tips and more, see the links in the show notes. AutoVision News Radio is available 24/7 on all major podcast platforms. Thank you to our listeners all over the globe, the United Kingdom, India, Germany, Australia, South Korea, and so many more. Thank you for listening, no matter where you are in the world. In Detroit, I'm Carl Anthony, AutoVision News Radio.